Hi, this is Heidi with Whips and Kits here on Instagram and Flosstube, and I will be doing my part 2 WIP parade. All right, now I have to talk about this one. This is Dream of a Winter Garden by Modern Folk Embroidery. Really pretty. This is another floss conversion, I believe. I believe the original one, I don't know what happened to it. But anyway, I have some Roxy Floss Co. and some Leo and Roxy floss here. So this is the color scheme, different shades of pinks and greens, and then this white. And this is the size of it. That's all the bigger it is. I got all the border done. Then I was like, nah, I'm done. I don't know what I'm stitching this on. Looks like some sort of R&R deal. Yeah. So that is my Modern Folk Embroidery start. Oh, this is a fun one. I think Jordan, the tattooed stitcher, showed this one as well. Scary Sampler. I think it was her, but I'm not sure. I've watched 5 jillion floss tubes and WIP parades, so I'm not sure what's going on. This is Heartstring Samplery, and this is 32 count Silk Weaver Harvest that I'm stitching it on. 1 thread, 1 floss over 2 threads. And I'm using the original floss recipe. Super pretty colors. And I wanted to go down, make sure I could fit everything on here. And I can. I know it'll fit across, but look at this color. Come on with yourself. I had to use this color for this sampler. There's not going to be much room for framing down at the bottom, but that's okay. It's so pretty. I'm glad I'm using the whole thing. It's glorious. The border is a humdinger, that's for sure. I really like it. I really like the meaning behind everything and the scariness. It's scary. This was a big bummer because I love this fabric. It's just a regular old fabric, but it's so pretty to me. And I screwed this up. I have to rip out the whole bottom part of this bird cage. This is a Sal from Barbara Anna Designs. I have the whole chart, but it is the Star Woman Mystery Sal. But the colors look so amazing that I had to do it. I mean, come on. Barbara Anna Designs with some of these flosses that are just incredible colors, you know? And this fabric is a remnant that I got. It's olive leaf. 32 count olive leaf. And it's super pretty. So I'm gonna have to rip it out and start over again. And finish this because it really is cute. I want to finish it. But I started it last summer and then I found that I made that mistake and I was so angry with myself. I was traveling in the car and going to a barbecue place. I remember exactly what I was doing and I don't think I can fudge it. So I need to rip it out. Ooh, this is another one that I love. The Alexanders of Lintrothen. Hands across the sea. And I'm using the Roxy Floss Co. conversion done by Trixie Tricycle. Oh, I love these colors. Love an overdyed cotton. And I have not gotten far on this either. Wow. It's crazy, Heidi. You've really done a lot there. And that is Lakeside Buttercream, Vintage Buttercream, 40 count. That I'm stitching her on. So yeah, I need to get going on that one. I have so many beautiful patterns and starts. So excited to go through these and look at them all. Oh, this is a fun one. This is a Sal. I mean, you can tell that I'm in Teresa's Patreon. Yeah, this is the Simple Life Sal. The pattern has been out now since then. I don't need 3 magnets in here with needles, I don't think. For a while, I was really going crazy on needles. Needing a bunch of them in there to hold my thread. Or hold my linen to my hoop. You don't need that many, come on. This is on 40 count affogato. See, look, I have that whole thing I can hack off. So cute. I've just got this top done. I gave him a little bun in the back. But this is such a cute project. I'm gonna get going on this one, because I really love it. Here's the flosses. I think it's a lot of DMC. Yeah, quite a bit of DMC, and then some classic Colorworks, and a couple of, like one, there's Wood Rose, and then a couple of Weeks. It's another affogato. $40 count affogato. Oh, I like this one too. This is another modern folk embroidery, and I just finished Red Deer Sampler, and this is, what is this? Is this Red Deer Sampler too? Yeah, this is Red Deer Sampler too. Let me get the cover out for this one. I just can't resist a red deer, apparently. Oh, I love this. I love it. Oh my gosh. I am hankering. This is 40 count Mayflower Mocha. I started this in 2022. August of 22. This is all DMC. And yeah, this is how far I've gotten. I've stitched on this maybe 3 times. Isn't that sweet? I don't even know what that is. Maybe a lion or something. I don't even know. But this is a sweet project. I love it. Yeah, there's parrots in there. There's flowers. There's a red deer. Trees. Look at that. I love it. I need to get going. Light a fire. Watch my WIP parade over again and just write down the ones I want to do. And then not follow through. This is another one I love. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I have an extra, I think when I have extra magnets is because I have extra that I haven't cut off. This is Polly. It's a parrot. Polly the parrot. And my mom really wants me to finish this one too, so I want to finish her too. Polly, this is my extra copy right here. I need to get her out of there. This is my working copy. Okay, so this is the actual chart. Look at her. What a cutie. Traveling stitcher. And you can get this at Acorns and Threads is where I got it at. Yeah. I'm going to put this in another bag because I want to keep Polly's chart nice. And I'll just keep the working copy in a different area. This is, the model is on 45 count Lakeside Vintage Springtime using Gloriana. 45 count with Gloriana is pretty crazy. I think this is, again, 40 count Affogato. I went on a real Affogato kick for a while. But let me look and make sure. It sure is Affogato 40 count. And I think I'm happier working on 40 count with the Gloriana threads. And they're just beautiful threads. This is a lot of confetti on Polly. So I'm going to keep her out. I've been thinking about her and I want to put her in a different bag. I think Contented Needleworker Kim is working on this one as well. So this is supposed to go in another bag. Okay. Next. Oh my gosh, this is an old one. This I haven't worked on in forever. And I think this is going to be a start over. I wanted to be like, for a while, I wanted to be, well, I still want to be like her, Sarah Stitchy Spot. And she did this on 32 count. She did Long Dog Sampler Pandemic on 32 count parchment. I think that's what this is. 32 count platinum Lugana. And I don't want to do it on 32 count platinum Lugana anymore. I want to do it on linen. So, and I was stitching this with sulky, black sulky, but I don't want it to be that big, and I just, yeah, I don't want to do it. So I think this is going to be a start over on linen. So this is going to be a UFO, and I'll just save this sulky out and this 32 count Lugana. I'm sure I can use it with ornaments or whatever. And then I'll just start this over. Oh, and now I've got a bag for Polly. What do you know? Polly, you can go in here. It's good to go through your floss, your projects, your WIPs. All right. This is one of my unicorn charts. This is a delight. Someone told me they had this chart. They shared it with me. This is Witch's Hollow. The people on this, in this community are amazing. I just found another chart that I really wanted. Lissy Sloboda, Elizabeth on Instagram said, I have that chart, I'll send it to you. And she did. And recently my dad passed away, January 13th. And this is his shirt I'm wearing. And it just, to have that, to put that out there and then have that happen, it just really cheered me up and really made me kind of teary and misty, you know. So this community is just so good. So this is such a fun chart. I love it. I've gotten really far on this. Tons of threads, tons of floss. For a while, these old charts, they're using all Weeks Dye Works, and they're such funky colors. I stole these from many, many charts. Look at Mary Lindsay, Mary Gibson. All my kits have Feliz Navidad. That's from Feliz Navidad. From Faith, Hope, Peace, Love. So I just stole from kitted up things. I mean, I might as well use that floss. It's just sitting there. This is fabric that my friend Phoebe dyed for me when she was here visiting me. Look at this. Isn't it sweet? This is all the whiter that it is. But it's going to be long. This is a 40 count Zweigart, again, hand dyed by Phoebe. And I really like working on this. It's every motif is just so fun. I really love it. So the next person that wants to stitch this, I'll send it to you. It's just a copy, but this woman has passed away, the woman that did the primitive needle, and her Lisa Roswell. She was a genius, in my opinion. Just a stitching, just a maniac with the charts, just beautiful charts. And yeah, I'm happy to send it on. I taped it to a firmer piece of paper so I could just work on it without the paper disintegrating. And then if anyone wants to stitch it after me, I'll send it on to them. I'm very grateful for this. Again, Witch's Hollow. I worked on this year. Oops. Need my needle back. This has just 3 threads. They're all DMC, 317, 318, 310. And this is Lady Halloween, Jardin Privé. And I'm stitching her on 40 count. What is this called? You guys will know it. Picture this plus. Yeah. I don't know why I can't think of names when I get on here and just start doing this. I said it already in the last video too. You guys know what it is. Oh, this one I started this year with Michelle Ray. This is Mary Morgan's by Fox and Rabbit. I'm stitching with overdyed floss mostly. Some is DMC if I couldn't find anything that was good for it that I had in my stash. But this is just a very pretty overdyeds that I'm stitching it with. And this is flax that I'm stitching it on. And I'm moving over so I can move over to that rose. I'm moving down and over because I want to stitch that rose in the middle. I love stitching on this flax. I did not like it when I initially started stitching on it. Like a couple years ago, but I love it now. See the little variegation in there? I mean, not that you need it with these bright colors, but I wanted to tame those primary colors down a little bit more. Yeah, so some are tamed down and some are just like, nope. They're just still the brightest DMCs ever in America. But I love bright colors. Okay, here's another biggie. This is still in a hoop. Why are you in a hoop? I'm going to take it out. This is the hugest project ever. Oh, and there's a needle sticking right there. I must have just stopped and thought, you're going to come right back to it. But I never did. Okay. This is, I don't know why I have the book in here either. Sarah Braizear, 1829, 2018 Queen of the May. I got this book at Needle in a Haystack, and I did see that they had this at the attic the last time I was there, but that was, of course, not last year, the year before. And I'm stitching this on 56 count. Let's see. 56 count linen, and I forget what the color is, but it's like a brownish color. It's just a regular Zweigart. And I have all of the borders done, the double borders. There's mistakes. I've made mistakes in the borders. That's okay. It's going to be fine. I'm not pulling out 56 count. There's mistakes in these bottom flowers, but aren't they cute? They're so sweet. These flowers are so sweet. I love them. And I'm using Vicky Clayton silks for this. Don't leave it in the hoop anymore, Heidi. Bingham. This thing has seen some things. You know, it needs to get stretched on the rack. But I like to stitch with my hoop really close to my face with this 56 count. So, I'm gonna try to put it in the, I mean, I can always take it off the spools or the spindles if I need to. These are the beautiful colors of this sampler. And these silks are great on 56 count. I really love them. It wouldn't do good with Soie d'Alger, in my opinion. I need to put a different hoop in there. There we go. Okay, so that's Sarah Braizear. sure it's Braizear, but I like to say Sarah Braizear. Okay, this is a chart I have not worked on in forever. A very long time. Years. This is the new normal by Long Dog Samplers. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this one. I'm stitching this with a beautiful floss, beautiful silk, Toxic, it's called, by, I forget. I forget the name of her. She's a dyer on Etsy from Spain, I think. Not Silks for You, but the other one. Pathetic Heidi. Okay. Oopsie. Getting a lot of magnets off of this deal. You guys tell me what you think of this. If you like this with this thread. I think it's real pretty. But is it too busy with this? Might it look better with just one color? I think it's so pretty, but you know, I can see the boat, I can see the elephant, I can see the vines, but I'm just not sure. So anyway, that's that. My son's home, he's yelling. So this is, the linen is 36 count light mocha. It's really pretty, but I haven't worked on it in a long time. And I don't know if it's because it's too busy with that, but then again, I think it's pretty. I don't know. More and then I'm done. This is one that I want to put on a scroll rods as well. Ooh, look at this linen, it's so good. Duxbury, another one of my favorite linens. This is 40 count Duxbury, and this is Examplars from the Heart. I just wanted to get it started. I saw Narissa start it, and I wanted to start it too. And hers is just so gorgeous. I have all the flosses for it. And yeah, I really want to stitch this. I want to put this in scroll rod and stitch away. Go to town. So I think I have scroll rods all set for this. My husband made me some. So I'm going to leave this one out as well, along with Polly. So I can put it on scroll rods. Okay. What is this delicious one? Oh, I haven't worked on this in a long time either. And I don't even have a working copy made for this. This is to see, this was a long time ago that I started this. And I wanted to see if I could work on 46 count linen. And I could. I overdyed this myself. This is Heaven and Nature. And that's how cute it is. I just didn't know if I could work on a smaller linen, and it went really well. I remember my friend Phoebe did too, because we wanted to fit it on a fat quarter. I think that's the whole reason we did it. And she was like, I don't know if I like stitching on that, you know, but I decided that I did like stitching on 46 count very much. So is this the whole chart? Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah. I have all the flosses, and I love this because they're over dyed flosses. Sometimes you just do a lot of 611, 612, but with Teresa's charts. But this one is very varied, so I like it a lot. Lots of reds and greens, so pretty. Okay. So I can get working on that anytime now. Do I not have the cover stitched? Is that why they have the original chart in here? Yeah, I need to make a shot of the cover so I can show it when I take it out for Flosstube. I think I haven't had this out since I did the WIP parade last time. I haven't worked on this in a long time either. This is Santa's, and I wanted to work on this because of Mama Loves You GB. I have all these Santa portraits, and I'm working on Pipe Santa. Two strands over 2 threads with DMC, and I want to finish these in the frames like she has done. So yeah, they'll be done probably in 6 years or so if I start working on them right now. And I'm working on raw linen, I believe. Yep, 28 count raw. And that's because it'll fit in the frames that's what she said to work on, because then it'll fit in the frames, in the frame that is from Amazon. So I better look at see if that's even available yet. Oh my gosh, this is one of my oldest WIPs, and this might be one that goes to the wayside. I'm not sure. This is an overdyed Lugana, I believe. And this is the fox. It's a blue colored. Yeah, this is the fox by Cottage Garden Samplings. And I wanted to dye the fabric to look like that. I've got all the flosses. This one is one that I started too before I knew you can't do overdyed floss like this. You can't do a loop start with overdyed floss. You have to, you know, you won't get the modeling. So, but most of it's DMC, that's okay. It's just the burnt orange. And this is not the nicest color of burnt orange. It doesn't look like a fox to me, but, and then there's chalk, and then the rest are DMC. So it doesn't matter for those, for loop start, but not for the burnt orange or the chalk. So anyway, I'm not sure if this is even gonna be one that I even continue to work on. But I wanted to put all 3 of the winter ones on this piece of fabric, so we'll see. I'm not ready to throw in the towel yet, throw in the Lugana yet. And I just overdyed it, the blue Lugana with gray, pearl gray. I think 2 more. 3 more. 4 more in this bin, and then I go to another bin. Okay, this is one that I saw Handwork Maniac working on, so I wanted to work on it. It's got this beautiful blue Color Story Soie d'Alger I'm using, and it's Die Farben des Wassers, the color of water. That's just beautiful. And I'm working it on just a white linen. And that's all the further that I am. But this is such a beautiful color story, such a beautiful palette. Really reminds me of winter. And then this is my project that I haven't worked on in forever either, probably 2 years. And this is a project I started for my little boy. I took off the outside thing. I'm working in a one of these things. What's that? Q-snap. Look at this. Africa. He loves maps. My little boy loves maps. I'm almost done with Africa. I still like this project so much. I don't want to stop doing it, but this is what it looks like basically. It was in a magazine, some magazines, and I have it loaded into an online app that I work on and mark off when I stitch the different pieces. So yeah, I'd like to get back to this like soon. It's so fun to stitch on, and I even like doing the little back stitch around them. Yeah, my little boy would love to see me working on this. I dyed this 14 count Ada myself to look like the ocean a little bit. And yeah, I'd like to get back to this. Boy, this is really boggy. I think these have gone the way. Yeah, that's cracked. So I'll work in a hoop on this. I don't really care for working in the Q-snap at all, but we'll see. Okay, so that's this project. Here's the flosses. There's tons of primary colors, fun primary colors for this project. Take the Q-snap out of there. There's no sense in that being in there even. There. I'm gonna just fold this up. I'm sorry, you guys. Oh, this is all my tucked over orts that I kept in there. Okay. That'll take up less room now without the Q-snap. Oh, and this one, oh my goodness. This is the only project, the full coverage project that I have not done away with. This is Spring Montage by Janet Stever. Phoebe's gotten real far on this. I have not. I am just not a full coverage person, but I do love how this looks. Yeah, I love how the back looks. Look at how junky that is. Gives me the heaves, but I still like it. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't felt an urge to work on this, but I still could. Here's all the flosses I've stolen from this over the years as well. And I work on this on the app that I have to use is on a tablet, instead of my Mac. And so it's kind of a pain to work on because I only have a Mac and an iPad, so that's why I haven't been working on it. In part, that is why. All right, what is this? All right, I'm back to the beginning. Yay! Okay. So this is done. One more bucket, you guys. And then we're really done. Okay. This is something I started in the 12 by 12 as well. I love this very much, and I really want to stitch it. I think Trixie Tricycle stitched this, or she stitched it real good, or she's stitching it. I'm not sure. But this is Anna Sophia Burcham. Just so pretty to me. This is my favorite part right here. I also like this band here and these birds and this urn. Yeah, that's really pretty. The whole thing is nice. I'm not too much of a fan of like symmetrical things, but it's okay. I'm stitching this on 40 count eucalyptus by Fox and Rabbit. I think it's supposed to be on a yellower linen, but I thought it would look good on that color. I do have the 103s for the little bees because I didn't want to stitch those over one bees in DMC. I am stitching this in DMC. And this is how far I've gotten. It's got that double border. So I'll go around the border first with this, and then I'll start in on the bees. I'll do the bones of the border first. This is Christmas Tide at Holly House. I worked on this in December. This is by the Scarlet House. And I did a little bit of a floss conversion on this. I think I did quite a bit of it, yeah. So I did quite a bit of a floss conversion, actually. I'll show it. I think I showed it on my last video, to be honest. But the last video was one where I was like, yeah, I want to work on this. And then I did. So I was really happy that I saw it and wanted to work on it. This is how far I've gotten. I did the door and the door frame and the little mounds of snow down there, and 1.5 reindeer, well, one, and then a little antler, and then that beautiful pot, and those are over one berries, which I love. Love them. Love an over one berry. Stitching this on affogato, 40 count affogato with my floss conversion, and I'll show you. This is an older pattern. Yeah, I'm just going to flash this up on the screen so you can take a picture if you want to. WDW is, of course, Weeks, GA, Gentle Arts, Color and Cotton, and Silk and Colors. There you go. I love this one. Okay. This, oh, I think about this all the time. I think about this project constantly. This is a beautiful, beautiful project that I started. And this is one where you pull the threads and then put threads and then thread threads in. So see how you thread them, you pull them out and thread them in. Did a couple up top there of gold, and then 3 of the blue. Now we're on gold again. And I'm just working down on the left on the alphabets so I can do the threads. That's what you have to do. You have to do the actual threading across before you can go to the next part of the sampler. She has it listed what you can do. This is Weeks, 40 count Weeks, Confederate gray, old Weeks. And I'm really enjoying it. This is Samplers Not Forgotten, BG 1874. And look at this beauty. So I love it. I love it so much. I'm really into it. So first you have to thread all the threads across, and then you can start doing the other things, because then you stitch this over the threads that you pulled and the threads that you threaded in. So yeah, it's a whole deal. Won't that look pretty with all those threads filched in there? And I think I screwed up on this one too. I think I was supposed to do 2 threads, and so then I ended up putting another thread in, pulling another thread through after the fact, and which wasn't the best, but you know, what can you do? So I am now working on this gold thread going across, and I think it's two gold threads after you pull 1. Yes. And then I think there's another gold thread in there as well. So yeah. This is one I had to count out beforehand, and yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, pulling threads and stitching some in, but I just was so intrigued by it that I wanted to do it. And this uses silks, Gloriana and NPI, and Belsois. Yep. So I should show you them, shouldn't I? I'm sorry. I apologize. Look at this palette of colors. Oh my goodness. This is a great sampler. I haven't seen anyone else working on this as well. And I don't know where I got the wild hair to work on it. I think I saw it at a Country Sampler. Not the finished one, but Country Sampler. I saw it, the pattern, and then wanted to stitch it. But I don't know. I can't remember. Oh, this on Prudence. This is by Plum Street Samplers. This I just wanted to start. I wanted to see how it would look on this linen. So this is Plum Street Samplers on Prudence. I've seen a couple other people working on this as well. And I'm using the original flosses that it calls for. And I think there's a bunch of overdyes. Yeah. Weeks and Gentle Arts. And I'm stitching this on 40 count persimmon linen by Fiber on a Whim. It's going to look really pretty. Look at this. Isn't that so pretty? Those greens. Trust me, it looks real nice. getting dark. Quick. Hurry up. Okay, this is another fun one. I'm into stitching on Tornado. This is Sarah, no, that's not Sarah Wissey. This is Dutch Steps Duo. Dutch Steps of Life, 1790 by GGR. And then the back one is Sarah Wissey, 1797, and that's by Needlework Press, yeah. I'm stitching the Dutch Steps of Life. I don't think I need that book in there, but oh well, I'll keep it in there. I've got the border done. And then I started stitching. So I stitched the border. Let me see if this light helps. Got the border done. And then I started stitching down here. It's kind of ghosty. But I don't care. The Dutch steps, once they show up, they'll really show up. It's going to be really pretty. And I love it on Tornado. I love Tornado. It's such a fun fabric. Unusual, you know. And I think these flosses will show up great on it. They're all DMCs. I think they'll look great on this. I just happened to start in a place where it was not showing up. Yeah, it just calls for DMCs. So yeah. I'm just gonna keep that book over there. I don't need it in here. I have a working copy. Okay. That's a fun one. Here's another one that I haven't worked on in a long time. This is another one I would like to put on bars. This is Elizabeth Weston, Hands Across the Sea. And I am using DMC. But I'm stitching it on I forget, but it's a dark linen, old linen or something. The pinks are really going to show up great on this old dark linen. I think that Brenda gave me this idea. She saw someone stitching it on this color linen and said it looked glorious. So that's what I'm going to do too. One more. Oh my gosh, there's so many more. This is I Had a Father, Kind and True. Oops. I showed the book. I showed the piece of the chart, so I'll just get a little book out here. That's the working copy. And I'm working this on 46 count wheat linen by Fiber on a Whim with 100 threes, the called for 103 threads. much I have done of this. Probably not a lot. Yeah, I just started it. This is another one of the starts from the 12 by 12. This is like an hour's worth of work. But I wanted to start it. My goodness, what is this? Oh, Florence Mary Dickinson. I'm stitching this on Tabby Cat linen, creme brulee, with the called for 100 threes, regular floss, but that's called for, but I did stitch my grandma's name in there, Florentine Miller Schwen. I have the outside border done, and I love this border. It's so pretty. I love it so much. And I have her birth and death date there, her birth year and death year. So that's where I am on this one. I really feel very accomplished with this one. I got a lot done, I feel like. Very fun stitch. I worked on this a little bit this year, but I'd like to work on it more. This is This Happy Morning. It says vintage version. I think they all say that, don't they? Love that barn. That's where I started working on this, is the barn. I got this from Country Sampler. I started in the middle. And this is a kit from Country Sampler as well. So this is, I think, a 36 count linen. I don't think it's a 40. Because it was a kit. And I don't think they had the 36, but I'm not sure. It could be a 40. Yeah, what is the linen? Hog bristle. Yeah, 36 count hog bristle. That's correct. So this is the flosses, and I am over the moon about this sampler. And I would love to stitch this all day and all night. Don't I have so many nice projects? I love them. Okay. Here's another one that I love. This is Hannah Campbell, Ball Pallady, Ireland. And I'm working this on 40 count Days Gone By linen, it says. Is that right? Yes, it is. I've gotten quite a ways on this one. I'm just starting with the over one on it, and it's so fun. This is great. Oh, you're so pretty. I got that little over one bird done, or duck, or whatever it is. Yeah, I am in love with this one. in love. And I just guess I have the 103s just dumped in here. That's what that linen was that I had the Teresa Kogut on from last video. Days Gone By. It's a 40 count from Silk Weaver. Okay. Oh, there's another goodie. This Shakespeare's Peddler. I'd like to start about 5 more Shakespeare's Peddler charts. Savior's Praise. She is my ideal chart woman. I am using DMC, and I started this in November 26th of 22 on 40 count Duxbury. Called for floss with DMC. 814 it says. So there's like 4 over dyes and the rest are DMC. I did work on this a little this year. Not much. I had to do some frogging here, or some counting of something. I did something wrong here. So either frogged or counted it out differently. Duxbury is just my jam, that's for sure. Yeah. I hope I can bring my stash to heaven. I bet I can't. This is Christmas Garden. Stitching it with the original flosses, Calico Kitty, Fool's Gold, Endive, and Heirloom Gold. I'm stitching Christmas Garden on 40 count Mayflower Mocha. I have the other flosses in here on backup. And this is what it looks like. I've had this kitted for a long time. I've been stitching on this forever and I've gotten nowhere. Exactly nowhere. It looks like there's browns in there, but there's no browns in this pattern. I'll tell you that much. And this is all the further that I am. Need to get cracking. This is, I think, my start that I did for February 29th. This is on Affogato, I believe. Milk and Honey, 40 count Milk and Honey. It's got a 2-inch margin, it says. So there's this, my start on this. I'm using the weeks. That the chart says to use. I think there's just a couple of Soie d'Alger as well. Yeah, there's one Soie d'Alger. And the rest are weeks. And then there's 3371 as well. Yeah, I love this project. It's so pretty. You can just see that silk shining away in the middle there. It's a great project. Oh, I forgot to tell you what it is. GH. Did I make a picture of the front? I don't think I did. That's why I don't think I showed you. Oh, here it is. GH 1857 by Soda D. This is one I just started. It is delicious. I started this with Davis quilting stitching. This is another Shakespeare's Peddler. Sarah Chapel, 1831. This is so pretty. A lot of rust colors and bright red and triple border. It's just really a stunner. It's so pretty. I am stitching this on Phoebe dyed linen. See, it says P right there. So Phoebe dyed this linen. So pretty. Let's see if you can see it if I turn this off. It's kind of better, isn't it? Or no? The light's getting mighty dim. We're going to have to just, we'll wrap her up soon. So anyway, it's a gray linen, gray and tan linen. Super pretty. And I am using the silks. This is some Silken Colors. It has Gloriana. It has a Vera Soie and PI. All the silks. And they are luscious. I tend to want to stitch on stuff like this with wonderful silks. You know? Oh, there's the end. Oh my gosh, I can see the end. The end is in sight. Oh, this one makes me crabby. This is Julia Rachel Delamere. And it's beautiful. Cross Stitch Antiques. I'm in the club. What is it? It doesn't even say on the front anymore. Threads of History. That's what it's called. God, what an idiot. Threads of History, okay? And Hemingway by Needle and Flax is the floss. Well, is the linen. This is wrong. So I need to take it out and do it over. Apparently this is wrong. So this is wrong. And I'm just going to have to frog that and start over. And it makes me real crabby. I might just start over and just cut off this, you know. I mean, is it worth it? No. So I think I'm just going to start over and cut my losses from there, you know. Oh well. Apparently it was charted incorrectly. So I do have the corrected chart now. So I could start it over. It's a beautiful chart. I was so excited to start it and then I wasn't. So then, but to make it worse, I couldn't find it. Luckily, Jackie helped me find it. I was like, I couldn't even see where it was wrong. It was ridiculous. So anyway, yeah. Oh, this is a fun one. This is the Stitching Parlor. Phoebe and I started this together last year when she came to my house. This is Mr. Collins' Humble Abode. We want to stitch all of these together. The Pride and Prejudice. This is the second one in the series. He's got a bunch of beehives and a little swan lake and fence. There they are. Mr. and Mrs. Collins. Welcome to my abode. So, what did are these the called for? Yeah, I think so. So this is such a border that I have to highlight the border to highlight the ones that I've already stitched because it is a doozy. I couldn't keep track. And I don't even highlight my Mirabilia, but I had to highlight this. I couldn't not do it. Look at that border. That is a stinker. It is so pretty though. I am obsessed with this. I mean, really gorgeous, but a stinker. I'm stitching this on what? Ballet slipper, 40 count ballet slipper, which is perfect. Let's go. So maybe Phoebe and I will have to stitch on this on Saturdays or something. What do you think, Phoebe? You want to? Yeah, that is just a fun one. Not that all of these are fun, right? They're all fun. I need all of them. Oh, what is this? Oh, this is another one that I stitched the little mouse, but I'm stitching one backwards and in black or dark gray anyway. This is Stacy Nash. What's this little guy's name? Niblet? I don't remember. It's not Niblet. It's Bobin. Not Niblet, it's Bobin. So I'm stitching him with steam engine. I think. No, maybe not. But look at, he's going to be gray. Isn't he cute? Look at him. He's going to have a friend. I stitched him before in the called for colors, but I wanted to stitch him and make a friend for him. I hate mice so much, but this is the cutest pattern that I've ever stitched, and I loved it. Every minute of it. So I have the other ones kitted here too with the fabric in here as well, all cut out and everything. So I want to stitch all of those guys. All of those animals. The animal lover who wants to stitch animals. I don't love animals, but I want to stitch them. Okay, 4 more, and then we're done. Okay. This one is what? Oh, yeah. This is Away We Ride. Blackbird Designs. There's the outline. What am I stitching this on? Do I have it written down? Of course not. What does it seem like it is? I don't know. Looks like a fiber on a whim of some sort. All right, I don't know what I'm stitching it on, but I'm stitching it with all of the overdyed cottons. that it calls for. And I made sure that these two, the Garden Gate and Onyx, were different color, and Wood Smoke were different colors, because I've seen a lot of them where they are too similar in the border. It just doesn't look nice, you know. Got to make sure those colors differ, like that pink color in my Jubilee. Okay, ooh, this is a goodie. This is Mojo Stitches. The Humble Sampler. I started this with Holly. So I've got the bones done of the border, and then a lot of the top. I'm happy with that progress. It's such a cutie. Okay, this is another one I started this summer. Summer Moon by Plum Street. I just love the colors in the brick house of this. I got the moon and the flag and some stars and the roof, and this leaf started. And I'm stitching this on, it is, oh, mystery linen, 40 count mystery linen from Lynn's of Madison. And I'm using Paulette's called for colors, because why would I mess with that? I'm not messing with Paulette. She knows her business. Paulette and Brenda know what they're doing. They don't need my input. Okay, last one. There's probably 6 more hiding around my house, I'm sure. But this is the last one in my bins. Okay. This is, I started this with Renee and Kim and Lauren and Wildflower Stitcher. Christy. Red Manor Sampler. Scarlet House. And I'm using overdyes and DMC. I did some overdyes. For red, I'm doing Schoolhouse Red. And then for 402, I'm using Marmalade. And then Liberty for 932. I just like to use overdyes. These are DMC. And then 3865 is a DMC, and then Fool's Gold for 167. And that's the brick mortar in between, is Fool's Gold. I think that's real fun. And Carriage Black for 310, because I love Carriage Black for 310. And this is how far I've gotten. I started this at Renee's house when I was there. It was so fun to start. We all Zoomed together and stitched for a little bit. And that's how far I am. It's going to have a nice blue roof. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Thanks for hanging in there for 2 long WIP parades. And I'm sorry if I went too fast. My friend Phoebe told me not to go too fast. Sorry if I went too slow. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.